Is Drake's career finally starting to crumble after dominating the music scene for over a decade? What happened to the artist who used to own the charts and drop hits effortlessly? Well, things aren't looking so great for the Six God right now, and many are starting to question if this is the end of Drake as we know him. Hey, what's up everyone? Today, we're going to talk about Drake's recent career struggles and the possibility that we're witnessing the beginning of the end for one of the most successful artists in modern music. From chart-topping hits to questionable controversies, Drake's life over the past few months has been quite different. So let's explore what's going on and why some are saying his reign might be over. The Kendrick Lamar beef. Drake takes a hit. Let's start with one of the pivotal moments in Drake's recent decline, his feud with Kendrick Lamar. For over a decade, Drake has reigned as one of the biggest names in hip-hop, but it seems like Kendrick has thrown a wrench into his dominance. Even though Kendrick hasn't been as active, every move he has made has been calculated, hitting Drake where it hurts. Kendrick's concert back in June was a turning point. It was his first major performance since releasing Not Like Us, a record that dominated the charts. The energy at that concert was off the charts. Dr. Dre introduced Kendrick to the stage, setting the tone for a performance that would go down in history. Kendrick ran through some of his biggest hits like Humble, DNA, and Alright, but the real moment everyone was waiting for was his performance of Not Like Us. Kendrick didn't just perform the song once, he performed it 6 times. Every time, the crowd sang along, louder and louder, almost like they were celebrating the demise of Drake's era. Kendrick wasn't just performing a hit, he was making a statement, showing the world that he's stepping into the spotlight while Drake's career is starting to wobble. And what about Drake's fans during all of this? Well, let's just say they weren't taking it well. Many of them were left frustrated, seeing their favorite artist symbolically buried on stage. Celebrities like LeBron James were singing along, and Drake's supporters were scrambling to defend their guy. Drake's desperate counterattacks. Drake didn't stay silent during all of this, but his responses felt desperate. He tried to claim that Kendrick's success was a result of bots inflating his streaming numbers on platforms like Spotify and YouTube. Drake even went so far as to say that Kendrick had paid for fake streams, and his longtime supporter DJ Academics eagerly jumped on the narrative. For weeks, DJ Academics ran with this story, trying to convince everyone that Kendrick's numbers weren't real. But the story started falling apart when Spotify stepped in and confirmed that all of Kendrick's streams were 100% legit. Even Academics had to backtrack, admitting that his narrative was wrong. At this point, Drake's actions weren't looking great. Accusing another artist of buying streams when you've been the king of streaming for years, it felt like a weak move, and it didn't stop there. Drake continued releasing new music, but none of his new songs made much of an impact. Where's the Drake magic? In the past, Drake had what people called the Drake stimulus package. Any song he touched would turn into a hit, whether it was on his own track or a feature. If Drake jumped on a song, it was almost guaranteed to be a chart topper, but in 2023, that magic seems to have faded. He dropped a few singles, some collaborations, but none of them came even close to reaching the top of the charts. Take for example his track with Young Thug and 21 Savage, a collaboration that would have easily been a smash hit in the past. But this time, it peaked at number 28 and quickly faded away. That's a big red flag for an artist who used to dominate the top 10 with ease. Drake's usual formula isn't working anymore, and it's becoming more obvious that his influence over the charts is weakening. The dominance he had is starting to slip away, and every release that flops only adds to the growing narrative that Drake's time at the top might be over. The Unbothered narrative isn't working. Despite all this, Drake's team and his most loyal fans have been trying to push the idea that none of this is bothering him. He's been going out of his way to appear calm and collected, as if Kendrick's rise and his own struggles aren't getting to him. He even brought Lil Yachty into the conversation, with Yachty publicly saying that Drake wasn't fazed at all by the recent beef and that he respected how cool Drake was under pressure. But actions speak louder than words. Drake's attempts to show that he's unbothered are starting to feel forced. The more he insists that everything is fine, the more it seems like he's trying to convince himself. The pressure is getting to him, and his fans can see it. The cracks are showing. While Drake tries to act like the Kendrick situation hasn't affected him, it's clear that this is taking a toll. Even his social media behavior has been odd, with him posting content on a side Instagram account and leaking his own demos and unreleased tracks in a bid to stay relevant. Controversies and allegations. Then there's the elephant in the room, Drake's controversies. Over the years, Drake's been linked to some questionable behavior, including rumors involving interactions with much younger women. These rumors have been around for a while, but in the midst of this beef with Kendrick, they've resurfaced, and it's making people look at Drake differently. While nothing has been proven, the mere association with these rumors is enough to damage his image. Kendrick has subtly referenced these controversies in his music, and fans have picked up on it. It's a tough spot for Drake to be in, especially when Kendrick seems to be in full control of the narrative. Kendrick's rise and Drake's decline. Kendrick, on the other hand, is thriving. His latest record is still dominating, and he's preparing to drop a new project that could further cement his status at the top. Kendrick's moves have been strategic, and each one feels like a win, while Drake's actions are starting to feel like damage control. Kendrick's music video for Not Like Us has racked up over 100 million views, and it's filled with imagery that takes direct shots at Drake. From dancers on stage to symbolic references that hint at Drake's controversies, the video wasn't just a performance, it was another statement. It's clear that Kendrick isn't letting this beef die down anytime soon. And what about Drake? He's been trying to release behind-the-scenes footage, demos, and new tracks, but none of it is hitting the way it used to. These releases don't feel like cultural moments anymore, they're just drops that come and go without much impact. What's next for Drake? So where does this leave Drake? Is his career over? Not quite. He's still one of the biggest names in music, and he'll continue to have a loyal fan base. But this could be the beginning of the end of Drake's dominance. He's been on top for over a decade, and every artist eventually sees a decline. Drake's best move right now might be to take a step back, let the dust settle, and give people a chance to miss him. When he returns, he needs to come back with something that reminds everyone why they fell in love with his music in the first place, because if he keeps going at this pace, with lackluster releases and no real direction, he risks fading into irrelevance. Meanwhile, Kendrick's rise is showing no signs of slowing down. His next project could be a game changer, and it's possible that the torch is already being passed. So what do you all think? Is Drake on his way out, or does he still have some fire left in him? Is this beef with Kendrick Lamar the beginning of the end for him, or just a bump in the road? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future updates on the biggest moments in hip-hop. Thanks for watching, and until next time.